Alright guys, so it's boss of the week and I have challenged my clan mates to see who can kill the Phosani's Nightmare on the lowest budget. I'm starting out here with my regular Phosani's gear. Gonna do a practice kill and see how this goes. So if you open up your items lost on death interface and check everything except for protect item, it'll give you a good idea of how much your setup costs. That's the method I'm going to use for judging this challenge. So you can see here value is a lot. Even without the 2 mega rares in there, it's still over a billion GP. That's probably not going to suffice for a budget kill here, but we'll see how it goes anyway. Yeah, I think that's enough practice for now. So arbitrarily, I want to try to do this in about a 250,000 coin budget. I think that it's going to take at least that low to win this challenge. We're going to go with a Dragon Mace for my main hand weapon. It's only about 30k, and it's actually a pretty solid crush weapon for the price. I don't think we can beat it. Go with some Barrow's gloves, some climbing boots. I've got a Trover Parchment on my Avernic Defender, so it's not counted in the items kept on death interface. I really don't think that's fair for this challenge, so I'm not going to be using that Defender. I'm going to be bringing a Rune Defender instead. The Dwarven Helmet and the Helmet of Netizant have the same max hit, but the Dwarven Helmet is worth about 10k less, so I think I'm going to bring the Dwarven Helmet instead. I'm going to need something to kill the Sleepwalkers with. I'm thinking the cheapest thing that I can do is maybe just a short bow with some bronze arrows. I'm a little bit concerned about the short bow's range and the fact that it's a 3-tick weapon. I usually bring a blowpipe for this. I'm bringing a one-way magic switch in the trident. I considered using fire spells, but that would require me to be on the standard spellbook, and I think thralls are going to be really important for this, for my DPS. I'm also bringing some mithril darts. The mithril darts are a 2-tick weapon to kill the sleepwalkers because I'm not going to be able to kill all the sleepwalkers with the 3-tick short bow. The mithril darts will give me a little bit faster kills, even though they have a shorter range. Mythical cape instead of a fire cape, it only adds about 10 to 15k. Recyclum, the balm instead of the Sandfuse serum, obviously, because it costs about a tenth of what a Sandfuse serum would cost and also cures the parasite. We're going to take some Sunlight Moth mixes. These are going to be really important for the Enrage phase because they are a 0-tick food. They act like a potion. where I can continually heal without missing any DPS during the final Sleepwalker phase. Regular Super Combat Potion. And I'm also bringing some Blighted Supplies because they are significantly cheaper than their regular variants. So we'll have to do this in a PvP world. I'm also taking the Explorer's Ring. I did test this with the Ring of Shadows, which would have been a better ring, but it does add about 75k to the budget, and I do not think that it's worth that. Sitting at around 266k. I couldn't get it under 250. I probably could have, but I think that this is pretty close to my goal here. So we're just going to send it. Here goes nothing. I'm trying to do a step under method here, where if you step under the boss on the tick, that the hands spawn, and then click to attack on the tick that they attack, you should never take any damage and never have to worry about being on a tile that's going to have a pool under it. Unfortunately, I get a little bit out of cycle here and take a lot of damage, and I'm just not able to keep up on the first attempt. Still, that was better than I was expecting on the first try, so we go back in. Hey, where'd she... Oh, that's unfortunate. The theory is that I'm using the darts to get the first Sleepwalker because it's 2 ticks, then using a short bow to get the longer ranged one, and then using either weapon to get the third one. That should have worked, but it's just in practice not happening. And that's the challenge completed. So, if you don't have a 3 billion GP budget to kill the Phosani's Nightmare, it turns out there are options. Good luck.